It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Eagles and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at the Londoners as they get ready here. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And Sanders has got it complete. That catch good for only a couple. Second and 8. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Hurts sets up to throw it. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Steps away. He's got a first down past the 30. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play there on the scramble.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal. On play action, they'll throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jordan. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And his kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out right at the 35.
We got this.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Hurts throw there complete to Allen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On 1st down, Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Not much there, only a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Hurts. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Hurts. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one up.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. This will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home in US Bank Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Josh Allen with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And at the half, they have the lead over the visiting Titans. A couple of touchdown passes there for Kyle Trask. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for our home team, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half. In a game where 1 field goal was all these offenses could muster in the first 2 quarters, you figure both coaching staffs were needing to make plenty of adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we send it back out to Brandon Gott.
Yes, indeed, Coach. Thanks. Hey, we could use a touchdown. 3-0 as we welcome you back in. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter.
Yeah, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys.
A leap, and he will make the catch. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They'll look to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Black Knights are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
From the 31, Hurts. That swung out wide to Sanders. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Here's Hurts to throw. No, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. London about set to take over on offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw here. Forced out to his left. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Here we go.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead,
and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Black Knights are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0.
So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Hurts throw going into the hands of Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Caught by Allen. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Steps away to his left. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Throwing is Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. So the pitch and catch good for 11, and it'll be a 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Hurts fumbles it. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now it looks like he'll throw here, being chased out left. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And oh, that nearly their 1st pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the home team here, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.